What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Film Bros podcast. I am your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
Yeah, hello.
And we're back to bring you guys another episode. Another episode with the film news. And at the end of all this, we are going to be giving out our spoiler review for Andor, the season finale. Season 1 is in its entirety has now came out on Disney Plus. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, and you guys were just waiting to binge it, go ahead and, go watch those before you hear this. It will be a spoiler, so we will be letting you know before we get to that segment. But with that, Josh, let them know where they can find us, and yeah.
You can find us, well, if you're on YouTube, you found us here at FilmBros Podcast. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Again, FilmBros Podcast. And if you want to leave a comment and stuff, we're on Twitter and TikTok. So, at FilmBros Podcast.
Yes, sir. And with that, we're just going to get started with, like I said, with a little bit of stuff that came out in the past couple days. First things first, a new Avatar trailer has just came out. Looked gorgeous, looked beautiful. It's gonna be the movie to beat, right? You seen the trailer?
I saw the trailer.
It looked good to you?
Yeah, it looked good. It does. Really good.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good movie. So James Cameron's been kind of promoting it. We finally got a rating for it. It's gonna be PG-13. It's gonna have strong violence, partial nudity, some strong language. But now James Cameron's saying in order for this film to be profitable, it needs to be basically top 5 of the highest grossing movies out there.
Oh shit!
So the number that he's saying that needs to come back is about $2 billion.
Oh fuck, man!
And you know what? For me, I wouldn't doubt that would have been a problem if it would have came right after the first installment. You know what I mean? Like if it was just right on the heels, maybe 5 years down the line. But how long has it been since we got the first one?
10 years? 15 years?
When did that one come out? That one came out, let me see. 2009.
Yeah.
2009. We're barely getting this one in 22. So, been a good minute. A little ambitious, in my opinion. Maybe the movie was expensive.
Almost.
So if it doesn't, what I'm thinking, if it doesn't make that $2 billion, because he said that if it doesn't perform, then they're not making 4 and 5. So does that mean that it needs to make $2 billion in order for them to make 4 and 5, or do they got to get close to that number to make it, make them want to proceed with these plans?
I'd imagine around that ballpark because, I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of studio money, you know what I mean? To go into, like, his visual effects, which, again, the movie looks fucking amazing. But, yeah, I'd imagine $2 billion or so, around there. For them to be like, all right, go ahead and make 4 and 5.
Yeah, man. Asking for a crazy, crazy, crazy amount of money.
Because if the actors and stuff are contracted for a third one, depending on how this one works, then 4 and 5 might just be out of the box if it does not do well.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, it seems like an ambitious number, right? It for where it's at.
$2 billion.
I mean, James Cameron is James Cameron. I kind of feel like miracles can happen with him. Can he capture lightning in the bottle twice?
I think so.
Yeah,
I hope so. Go see this movie. Go see the It looks good, man.
To be honest, the PG-13 rating will help it out a lot as well. There's going to be a lot more people to be able to go watch it, so I have high hopes for it. I don't know if it's going to reach that 2 billion mark only because of the lengthy time it has taken to come out. But I think it probably make a good close. I say over $1 billion.
Yeah, I think either over one, like just slightly over $1 billion or slightly under $1 billion. I had to think. That's where I'd put my money.
Yeah, so like 800, 900 million.
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
and if they hit $1 billion, cool. At least then they could be like, yeah, we hit $1 billion. And then if they decide to like pump it out again, like they did with the first one or back then cool.
Yeah, because that movie is gonna be pristine. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it'll make 2 billion, but we'll see what happens. What about you guys out there? What do you guys think? You think it's gonna make it to 2 billion? Have you guys seen the new trailer? PG-13 rating with the movie. So you guys haven't thought about watching it, take the kids. PG-13, it ain't that bad.
Show your kids the first one first.
Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, they put it back on there.
Show them that one, and then take them to go see the second one because this is for us.
Oh, whoa. What about that hole in the trees, tails, ponytails?
That's nothing. It's dirty if you think about it from that point of view. But it's like
these blue people were doing some dirty shit.
It's about
he's
having
voting for children.
No, it's about having like a deeper connection stuff. That's what I think.
Oh, he got a deeper connection.
You're gross.
Yeah. So on the Marvel Studio side, we've been hearing that they may have gotten a panel for the Comic-Con 22 next Thursday.
Oh yeah.
They might have an Ant-Man. I was about to say Iron Man. An Ant-Man panel. I know that a couple other surprises might happen there, but I mean, if they're dedicating a panel to Ant-Man, do you think that this movie is gonna have a little bit more implications and more vision on where the future is going?
Nah, man. I don't know. I don't think so.
Low hopes for Ant-Man?
No. I mean, I'm sure the movie will be fine and everything, and Kang will carry because he looks fucking great. But I don't know, because you think about it, the second one didn't really set up much. You watched it, and then the post-credit scene was like, oh yeah, they got sucked in here. That's where they're at during the whole end game.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know. The first one was cool. Like I said, I don't mind the first one. That one was just to introduce his character and shit like that. Second one kind of felt like filler. It was fun, but filler. And then, I don't know. Hopefully they do something right. I imagine they will, though, because it's to push Kang forward. But I don't know. I don't think they'll show anything spectacular that they didn't show at Comic-Con.
Yeah. Do you think that they're going to make those Wonder Man announcements and actually, put them on that
would be nice.
On stage? Walk them out?
That would be nice, actually.
It'd be cool. I mean, they before they didn't even know if they were going to be going at all, so it's good to know that they're actually going to be there and we're actually going to get something from it. Like I said, Marvel hasn't really been my best friend right now with their media and stuff, but I mean, hopefully, I mean, with Ant-Man, I've been kind of excited for it, so anything that they'll give me a little glimpse of, I'm kind of hyped. Ant-Man has not been at the bottom of my totem pole at all, but seeing how this one has a totally different tone and it's gonna be a little bit more serious is kind of catching my attention, because this is kind of what I wish they would have done with the first two. The first one was kind of goofy and silly, and then the second one kind of got that seriousness with the goofiness still in there, but now seems like they're going a little bit more serious with the goofy in the backside, so.
I hope this one does take itself a little bit more seriously. We know it's gonna have comedy and stuff because Scott is naturally funny, Paul Rudd and whatnot. But Kang is a menace, and I hope they treat him seriously as he's supposed to be taken.
Yeah. He is he looks great. If you guys haven't seen that photo yet, that photo where he's standing right there opposite of Ant-Man, go look at it. Yeah. Empire magazine. We'll probably put a picture of it on the video.
Yeah.
We have it on our last video as well. If you guys haven't seen that one, go check that one out. Another thing, Chris Hemsworth has kind of been on I don't want to say on a press tour to drag Love and Thunder, but he's been a little bit more vocal recently of his experience with it, what he thinks of the character. He thinks the arc's at the end point. Maybe because of the poor reception that Love and Thunder got. But now he's coming out and saying that he wants a completely different tone. Obviously, we got that tone from Taika Waititi. He did Ragnarok which it was successful. It was good. I liked Ragnarok. That the humor. They liked the comedy side of Thor. So like I thought it was a good take. And he kind of compared it in the interview where he said uh, Thor 1 and 2 kind of fit together, and then you got Ragnarok and Love and Thunder that kind of fit together, you know what I mean? And in a way, I'm going to kind of throw it a little bit further. In Infinity War to Endgame, they kind of fit together too. It kind of was a whole arc between those two movies as well. So I would want them, because he's saying that he wants a different tone. I would want them to have a different tone, but I would like them to have that tone where Ragnarok was. Ragnarok kind of was like the top for me. I wish they would kind of mix Ragnarok with Thor 1 a little bit, with those visuals and all that stuff, and with the humor and the action that they put into that one. Maybe a little less Taika Waititi hampering all over the movie, but like something like that really worked well. And I don't know if it was just because of Taika, but I mean, what do you think of all these interview and him wanting a different tone and all?
If he wants a different tone, cool. Power to him.
Cool.
I'll say it forever. I haven't enjoyed Ragnarok or Love and Thunder. Like, I wish they'd go the route that they took him in Infinity War and Endgame, where like, yeah, he was also like funny and stuff, but he felt more serious. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's talking to his mom in that one scene, like that's probably my favorite Thor scene out of like the entire MCU.
Talking to his mama?
Yeah, when he's like broken and shit, and she's just like, well, shit happens, and then he finds out he's worthy. Like, yeah, that's a really like cool moment. You know what I mean? And it wasn't ruined by some joke or nothing like that. It was just like a heartfelt moment, and then Rocket comes in and he's like, "We gotta go. I got this shit."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he decides to come out of his little hiatus or whatever and decides, yeah, let's change it up, then cool. Hopefully they don't give it to Taika, because we saw what he did with the last two. Maybe it's time to give it to someone else and see what they do with it. Yeah,
because Love and Thunder did not stick. And don't get me wrong, I don't have an issue with Taika Waititi's work. I like his work. I've never had an issue with his work. But Love and Thunder just seemed too much. Like it just didn't feel like one of those Thor movies. Even Ragnarok to me felt like kind of like Thor, and it kind of connected with Infinity War and Endgame. So that's why I kind of liked it too. It kind of felt like it bridged a 3-movie arc, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Already. And the fourth one, Love and Thunder, like it's his fourth movie, right? Like that one just felt disconnected. Like they just did a whole 180. Yeah, he was going through a crisis, but this man has been going through a crisis like throughout this whole MCU arc. I always feel like they just kind of reverted back to the same thing. Like he's finding himself.
Yeah, he's been trying to find himself ever since he showed up in Thor way back when.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully they do a different tone, but maybe we should, if they can't seem to nail Thor, because I really liked him in the first two. He was really more mythical and stuff like that. And then in these recent ones, I mean, he played that side, but it wasn't as heavy as it was, I would say, in the first one, right? So, yeah, I would want a different tone. Maybe, maybe just a little slight different direction altogether, but I mean, not too much to the point where, it will take you out of that MCU feel. You know what I mean? But I'm down for a new direction if he's down for it.
Something better than Dark World, and something not as terrible as Love and Thunder.
Yeah, that middle ground.
Yeah.
Ragnarok. Say it.
I guess.
Say it. Say the middle ground, Ragnarok. You can't. What do you mean?
That's not middle ground.
What do you mean?
It's not middle ground.
What do you mean? Okay, why not?
What do you mean, why not?
Why not?
This isn't a Thor Ragnarok review. It's
No. You opened the can of worms. Now we're going to go down it. Go ahead.
No, I'm not doing all that.
All right, then. Moving on.
Read the damn book.
So, now we also got We also got Quentin Tarantino. I'm putting this in with Marvel because he's talking about Marvel characters, but he basically said again that MCU actors aren't the movie stars. Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, those are the movie stars. That it doesn't really give a name for them, that it only gives a name for, those certain characters within Marvel. Now, I agree with him to an extent, but hear me out. Hear me out. So, in the beginning, Marvel took real good care and they picked and chose who they were going to get, right? RDJ perfectly embodies Iron Man, correct? When you think RDJ, you think Iron Man.
Yeah.
Chris Evans, Captain America. When you think Chris Evans, you're thinking Captain America, correct? Same with all of them. All in the beginning, I feel like that. Nowadays, I kind of feel like it's not like that anymore. I kind of feel like they're throwing so many superhero characters at us that they don't have that much time to show us and build up with those characters, that now it's just, it's Shang-Chi, or it's She-Hulk. Like, they're not gonna know who the girl's name is, you know what I mean? Like the actual actress or the actual actor, they're just gonna be like, oh, that's the character that they're playing. So in a way, I kind of feel like he's correct, but I kind of feel that's just more of this whole superhero side where we're just having superhero movies 24/7, you know?
I guess yeah, it's like double-edged sword because again, you know the actor, but you know them for playing that one role specifically. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if it's the whole majority of people, but I don't see it that way. Like I know Simu is I probably butchered the fuck out of his name.
Yeah, sorry.
But he was Shang-Chi, and then I wish I could remember She-Hulk's her actress's name. I know that sounds bad.
Tatiana Maslany.
Oh, there you go. See, you
That's
knew it.
right. Yeah, well, I person of interest.
Okay, well, like we still like choose actors and stuff to go see movies and all that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like Black Widow, for example, we know Black Widow's in it. Scarlett Johansson. What caught my eye was wanting to see David Arbor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like they tie a name to these movies way before they even come out. Like David Arbor is gonna be Red Guardian.
Yeah.
We didn't know. What's another one? Who Sochi something played America Chavez.
Oh, Gomez.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah,
you get it. You get it. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm butchering these names, but this is coming off top of the dome. So they obviously tie actors to these characters. It's not till when they are in these like movies when they're like, oh yeah, we're like America Chavez and then Scarlet Witch and whatever. But I don't know. I don't see it that way like he does. Like I don't think it's a total negative because again they have to get a good actor first. Like Christian Bale's Gore. Gore was an ass character. We know Christian Bale played him. We don't call Christian Bale Gore. We call him Christian Bale. You know what I mean? Yeah. I guess it's just hit and miss.
I mean, the most well-known character that Christian Bale has played is Batman. So I feel a lot more people know Christian Bale as Batman. You know what I'm saying? So like,
it depends on who you ask. Michael Keaton, Batman. Ben Affleck, Batman. Now it's
Michael Keaton again.
No. Robert Pattinson. There we go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Him too.
But like,
got a lot of Batmans.
But you see what I mean? You can't just be like Batman, and then you gotta be like, oh, which one?
Well, that's why. Don't you? Well, with that one, that opens a different topic where it's like, don't you think that there's so many Batman that not a lot of people even know a lot of their names, unless you're like, obviously like us, where we know these things, we watch these movies, we care for them. People that just go, that are casual viewers, they're not gonna know, a lot of these. A lot of people probably don't even know George Clooney probably played Batman at one point, or maybe they did because it was embarrassing. But
George Clooney, and then what was the other actor from
Val Kilmer?
Mm-hmm. He was
See what I'm
See,
saying?
we know
See
our
what I'm
Bat-
saying?
we know
no,
our
no,
Batman.
no, you didn't.
We know
I
our-
know. I know.
I knew of him. I just forgot his name. It escaped me because again, these is just off the top of the head. But like again, that's not.
Yeah.
It's not like it doesn't feel like a total bad thing. I like you saw the clip of
Because Batman's a mantle.
you saw the clip of what is his name? Again, it's bad. He plays Falcon. He said it.
Falcon?
He said he plays Captain America now.
Oh, Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. Yes, sorry. That one escaped me. That's my fault. But
Yeah,
what do you call it?
We're here to connect the dots. Though.
Yeah. What do you call it? He said it a couple years ago saying that he's just the face of Falcon. You know what I mean? But
okay.
Have you seen that clip going around?
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
What do you call it?
A snippet.
I'll probably put it in. But
okay,
what do you
cool.
call it? He says it, and now people are kind of aiming their gun at Tarantino for saying it. But he said that shit way prior, and maybe because social media hate hasn't been a big thing, or maybe he's just in the hot seat for saying what he's been saying for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, because Tarantino has not been quiet this whole time.
That's right. So like,
my boy,
Anthony Mackie said the same thing though. Like, oh, you're not seeing it to see him, you're seeing it to see Falcon or whatever. But like, it's not. If you're really into like actors and shit like that, you're obviously gonna be like, oh, Brad Pitt, he's playing here. Like, I'm gonna go see Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Whatever else.
But those are more well-known names. You know what I mean? I mean, how many movies have you seen before with, not to pick on him, but Simu Liu? Besides in Shang-Chi. Same thing with, you didn't even know She-Hulk, Tatiana Maslany's name. I mean, I can't even tell you where I've seen her before either.
But that's what I mean. They're
not getting, they're obviously looking for new talent because all the bigger names are attached to other things. You got some over there at DC. You got some already over here at Marvel. They can't obviously redo their roles again. So now you're getting these little actors. And now that you're getting these little actors, the people that, you don't see in a bunch of movies, now you're over here putting them in the spotlight. They're not worried about who they are. They're just worried about the characters that they're portraying to bring them to life.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well,
so Tarantino has a point, in my opinion.
But the same thing could be said. Like who knows where Xochitl Gomez will go after starring as America Chavez. You know what I mean? To where she grows out of being America Chavez and whatever else.
I know eventually, but as of right now, I mean, do they have anything right now?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of that's what I'm saying. Like, Tarantino has a point. I mean, eventually when they make themselves a name, they're obviously going to be better. But as of right now, if they, right now, like if they would have signed Henry Cavill to a Marvel thing, I feel like that would have been a caliber of actor where they would have been like, oh, that's Henry Cavill. Tom Cruise, if they would put Tom Cruise in there, that'd be a caliber that they'd be like, if he embodies the characters well. Oh, good example. William Porter, if that's his name, I hope that's his name. The dude from that one movie when they go on a road trip, he gets a fucking tarantula bite his nut on the RV. Yeah, you remember it?
From where the Millers.
Yeah, he's gonna play Adam Warlock.
Okay.
In the MCU in Guardians 3. He looks exactly like the character. I feel like he's gonna embody that character. I feel like when they think him, they're gonna think of him. They're gonna think of Adam Warlock. He looks exactly, now that he's built and everything. He got that Marvel regimen.
Oh yeah, and he doesn't look like he doesn't wear the Millers. He got a weird growth spurt. That shit was weird because I saw the picture and I was like,
"That's Marvel money.
That's fucking him.
That's Marvel money. You get Marvel money, you're going big and far, bro."
He grew out of that little like eyebrow shit he had, like
that, bro. Like I'm telling you, he's gonna embody that character, and it's just gonna be crazy.
But like again, I think it gives him room to grow, but at the same time. Maybe Tom Holland. This is probably the perfect example. Tom Holland, right? He's Spider-Man.
Okay.
What do you call it? If you watch that movie with the fucking tsunami, that one movie he was in that when he was a baby or a little kid. Him and Ewan McGregor were in it. It was based on like a real event, I think. Okay.
I wouldn't know.
I'll probably find the movie. It'll be like right here. But like what do you call it? He's Spider-Man now. He doesn't want to be Spider-Man because like he said before, once you get being 30 and playing Spider-Man, it gets kind of annoying and repetitive, and then you'll just be known as Spider-Man, right? So they gave him the platform, gave him his 3 movies and appearances, whatever. He's out of it now, and now he's choosing to come back. You know what I mean?
But that's a different thing, though. That's different because he's growing up with that character. I don't know how old he is, like 23, 24, something around there, right? He's growing up with the character. RDJ was already an established actor, been through the motions, knows shit, whatever, blah, 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 put into this character role. He's known for that character, but that's not the only role he's known for. Tom Holland, like how you said about a movie that he was in before, I didn't know about that movie. I didn't even know before Spider-Man, to be honest. I didn't know who Tom Holland really was, and then they put him on the map with all that stuff.
That's right.
I know who he is. I've seen a couple of the movies that he's done outside of Marvel, but growing up as that, they're only gonna know him as Spider-Man. Same thing with Xochitl Gomez.
I'll tell you right now, he won't be known as Nathan Drake.
Oh shit, bro! That movie, I haven't even seen that movie. I need to watch that movie, but yeah, no, I don't know about that one. That was a miscast altogether. When they said that he was gonna be, Nathan, and that Mark Wahlberg was gonna be Sully, I said, pfft.
It was a big miss.
That was crazy.
But whatever, what do you call it? I don't know. He has a point, but at the same time, I see what he means, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of
see the opposite side.
I could see the opposite too, but I mean, to me, I mean, as harsh that he says it, I kind of feel like he has a point. But I mean, what do you guys think? Do you feel like he has some kind of derecho, a right to say these things? I mean, he's been in this game for a while, so I mean, if he can say these things and just still make money and still be good, then more power to him. I'm not even mad.
Yeah.
So there's a rumor going around saying that Disney or that Bob Iger might be selling the Disney company over to Apple TV.
How the fuck?
Or Apple. Now, who knows if this is actually what's happening? A couple sources have been saying it, but it's still up in the air. Could Bob Iger sell to Apple, and will that be a good thing? In my opinion, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a good thing for streaming service wise. Maybe it'll be but like to mix this tech and Disney. I mean, they've been actually doing a good partnership, with each other. I mean, Marvel be putting their products on there, like they have good deals together, all that stuff. I mean, maybe they can become a powerhouse, but this is Disney being bought out by somebody else. This isn't Disney buying them and folding them under their umbrella. You know what I mean? How it's usually done. So, I mean, I don't know. That news kind of makes me not... I really don't know how to feel about it. I just don't know what good can come out of them merging together. You know what I mean?
That shit sounds tough. How the fuck you sell Disney?
You would think the big dog don't gotta sell out to anybody.
Well, no, obviously not. Disney has been owning the fucking market forever.
I mean, they bought 21st Century Fox, so it's kind of like why wouldn't they just buy out Apple? Are they just too matched of a caliber? Somebody has to fold. Is it the better deal for Apple to get Disney? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of a weird situation.
I don't know, man. That shit.
But if that is true, and they brought Bob Iger back, I mean, he is the king of deals, bro. He, like I told you on our last pod, that he got Pixar, he got Lucasfilm, he got Marvel. He bought everybody. So if anybody is gonna have to close a deal on this one, it could be him. And if it is him, is it going to be that good of a deal? You know what I mean? Like, are we going to get something magnificent out of this deal? Is this just a power play? Is this just a company move? Or is this for the actual consumer?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Well, money first, obviously.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't know, man. That shit sounds weird. Would he just be running fucking Star Wars, Marvel, and whatever else?
Who, Bob Iger?
Yeah.
I'm assuming... I don't know. I wouldn't even know how it would work.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I don't
assuming
know how
it
that
would
shit
still
work
be
either.
two divisions, but they would just be under the Apple. So it'd be Apple presents Walt Disney, and then Disney present. You know what I mean? It'd just be a hierarchy of power in the DC universe. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, a couple outlets have been speaking about it. Who knows how true it is? But if it is true, you know, whatever comes out of it comes out of it. I guess, you know. I mean, I really don't see what's the upside and what's the downside to this. I got to do a little bit more
You
research
know,
on that one. But
I don't get this either.
yeah,
What the fuck kind of power play is this?
somebody's folding. Somebody is folding. And today we also got an official poster for The Last of Us, the HBO Max original. Yeah. It's going to be coming out, I believe, January 6th or 9th. Around that ballpark. What is it? Around that time. So in January, early January. It looks good. Poster looks solid. I mean, it's a highly anticipated show for me. It looks like it's probably going to be really good. I've seen some behind the scenes, you know, pictures and whatever leaks may have been put out there, but it looks good.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. It's gonna be good. Hopefully, they change it up a bit and it's not entirely like the games, but I think it'll be good.
I think it'll be good. I think it's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful show. And honestly, HBO Max has been pretty solid with all the shows they've been kind of making. So I'm kind of actually really excited to see.
It's gonna have to compete with Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Bad Batch comes out in January.
Oh, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm watching both. There ain't no competing. They're both getting my attention. I didn't even know they put a release date out.
Yeah, it's January something.
How are you over here withholding information from me, buddy?
I thought you knew this.
This is the second pod in a row you've been holding information away from me.
How am I withholding information?
Let me tell you something. A partnership, bro. Are you holding information?
I'm not holding information. I don't know what other piece of information.
I jumped this mic on you right now, bro.
Ridiculous.
Moving on.
Ew.
And I hurt my fingers.
Yeah,
bro,
I bet.
That look, it was kind of aggressive.
God.
Empire Magazine shows a brief photo of Spider-Gwen from. Is it kind of an exclusive look from the new Spider-Verse movie?
This, yeah.
You seen the picture?
I saw the picture
of Spider-Gwen. It's kind of a little glimpse, but they also went as far to tell us in an interview as well with one of the producers that it's gonna have 6 dominant animation styles within that movie. So I mean, you kind of got a taste of that when he was in that little teaser trailer.
Yeah.
So it looks solid. I mean, another picture came out recently too. It kind of looks kind of obscure and blurred, but it's basically Miles in this big jacket. It has some words on the corner over there.
Mm-hmm.
You showed them out there, but so it kind of more photos are coming out. It's getting closer. I don't know how this one's gonna turn out, but hearing the different animation styles, I love animation, and if they can do a really good job with this movie, I mean, shoot, I'm kind of looking forward to it, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, man, I don't know what the fuck just happened. I spaced. But yeah, it sounds good. It definitely does. Power to them.
Yeah, so it looks pretty good. If you guys haven't seen it, like I said, we're putting it up, so y'all check that out. We also got Lucasfilm, apparently coming from Star Wars Direct. I don't know how reliable the source is, but they said that they basically, Lucasfilm got about 5 years planned of movies and TV shows.
These motherfuckers.
I swear, bro, like, it seems like 5 years isn't that long of a time, but I mean, if they already got something planned out and it means that we're gonna get at least a little bit of movies, I mean, I'm for it, but 5 years is a short amount of time. That's 5 years. What do you get in 5 years? Like maybe 6 movies? Not even. Maybe like 4.
I don't know. If you're the MCU,
3,
you get
2.
If you're the MCU, you get 4, and then you get like 7 shows in the fuck. Did you see the leak between phases 5, 6, and 7, bro?
Yeah, we talked about it on the pod.
Yeah, bro. That shit is long as fuck.
Yeah.
So if you're the MCU, you gotta cover for the next 3 years.
MCU got the next 56
What do you
years.
call it?
planned out.
But like, I think because of how manufactured, how what's the word I'm looking for? How structured it is. There we go. I think it'll be fine.
Nah, they're yeah. Lucasfilm, I think it's gonna be good. I'm just excited to hear that they got something going on when it comes to, the movies, because like I said, I'm very vocal. We need more movies. I get the TV shows, I'm cool with that. That's fine. But you and me cannot deny, you and me, that Obi-Wan should have been a movie, bro.
It would have been a movie if motherfuckers weren't complaining about Solo.
Yeah. Motherfuckers.
You motherfuckers.
So, I mean, it's good to hear that something is happening.
Probably
there,
happening.
probably happening if the sources are true. Lucasfilm has been kind of weird, but I mean, in a way, it kind of seems backed up and reinforced with another rumor that's going around that Kathleen Kennedy might be departing from Lucasfilm, if not a little before Indy 5, shortly after Indy 5. If that's true, I know a lot of people like to shit on her, but I don't think that she's as bad as she's been made out to be. I mean, she's made a couple good movies. Don't get me wrong, the sequel trilogy is not a complete hit. Okay? Coming from me, we'll do a full review on it later, but we're going to dip just a tad bit into it. The sequel trilogy has not been the best, but they did have some hits, okay? The TV series has had some hits. The couple haven't been the best, but they've been some hits out there. And there's a couple more coming out that seem like they're going to be hits. So, I mean, if she's leaving, sucks, but in my opinion, I would want, like, maybe hopefully Dave Filoni and maybe Jon Favreau steering the ship. They've been doing a good job with what they've been making so far, and Dave Filoni seems very, very in tune with how George Lucas wanted his vision and how he wanted everything to go. So, I mean, if she's leaving and maybe one of them can take over, I'm all for it. What do you think?
They can't take over, man. They can't be stuck pushing papers. We need their creativeness for Star Wars. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Let some boring ass desk pusher like Kathleen Kennedy fucking greenlight shit and just let them work.
But if they can be co-CEOs, kind of like Peter Safran and James Gunn over there at DC, I mean, who says that they can't have somebody pushing the paperwork, but they be the creative geniuses and have basically everything mapped up? A Kevin Feige type person, just for Lucasfilm.
Nah, man, I don't know.
I mean,
Kathleen Kennedy was handpicked by George Lucas to be his successor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, how great has she been doing? We haven't had a movie in so long. She jumps the guns on advertising Star Wars movies that don't seem to pan out. I mean, we got one recently with Sean Levy. Have not heard nothing since. And I mean, I'm hoping that it's true because he confirmed it on Twitter as well. Nothing since. That Patty Jenkins one I told you about. Obviously, I knew Rian Johnson's trilogy was supposed to be coming out, but because of the backlash with The Last Jedi, it's probably not going to happen either. We're not being fed in the box office. Yeah, and I mean, I'm here with my money like, hey, give me Star Wars. I give you this money. And they're like, hey, yo, no.
But like,
hey, chill. We don't want your money.
But like, these things happen. You know what I mean? It's all part of the process. The shows are fine. They're actually really great.
Yeah, they're fine.
No, they're great.
Okay, they're good shows, but they're doing us fine for now. But I would want a couple movies. I would like to be able to just have a good 2 hours of just having a riveting story experience instead of having to wait for every single episode to come out. Like, it'd be nice.
Well, yeah, but like, again, it just takes time, and you can't. I don't think you can give John and Dave the reins like that and then still get that creativeness that we get from the shows and movies and stuff. because they'll be stuck pushing papers. I think we need someone that could just greenlight shit and just let them work uninterrupted.
Wait, you don't think that Kathleen Kennedy has any voice in the dabblings of the movies and some of that?
Well, I'm sure she does.
Then
like,
what are we talking about?
no, listen, like I don't know how extensive it is because again, she just greenlights the shit and then is like, go to work. You know what I mean? They slap her name on it, but like I'm pretty sure they're the ones that get control of the whole fucking playground. What do you call it? You know, well Kevin Feige will be like, nah, reshoot, whatever, do this, do that. And while Kathleen Kennedy has, what do you call it, destroyed some projects, Ryan Johnson's trilogy, that Rogue Squadron one, whatever, you know, whatever else. If they're still talking to Sean Levy, cool. But like, again, you just have to let that shit pan out. What if he's cooking something good and then as a final action, it's like, all right, go ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's to say that the next person that comes through will be like, yeah, Kathleen signed in on this. You're contracted to go. Go ahead. Or they could shut that shit down too. Like all the shows have been great, and the ones that she did cancel, like what was that one? The Republic Fighters or whatever the fuck that was gonna star. What's her name?
Gina Carano.
Yeah, like that one was canceled. A couple more I can't remember the names of also got canceled, but like probably for the better. You know what I mean?
Well, that Gina Carano thing, that's something different. We all know why.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm not talking about just that.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe probably for the better, but I feel like we need somebody that's gonna be able to dabble in, mix well within that, so they can greenlight accordingly. Be on the same page with them, and it's not that big of a gap, a distance. At least have some kind of knowledge with Star Wars, so you can be like, that's a good idea, but let me just say, what if we do this, this, and this? Put this here, put that. You know what I mean? You got to be able to dabble within your company, and I'm pretty sure I gotta relook what her actual restrictions and how far she can actually go. But for the most part, it seems like she has pretty good range when it comes to the making the show and all that process. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but I don't know. She definitely doesn't deserve all the hate. What do you call it? I think she deserves credit due, and if she does end up leaving, then she deserves the respect and stuff because she did bring us a lot of projects and stuff. Regardless of like no movies. Or
I still give her flowers. She did good with some things. Some things not so much, but some things she did.
Shut up, man.
But she did as solid as she could, I guess, right?
Yes.
Correct. And for our final news topic, right before we get into the Andor, our review of the season finale, we will be doing a whole series review. We'll be bringing that, give you our thoughts, where we think it's going to be going, and overall, where does it match up with the other Star Wars TV shows? We got a couple that came out this year, Boba Fett, and we also got Kenobi. So we're gonna basically rank where Andor fits on that, and we will also be putting out reviews for Boba Fett and Kenobi as well, and give you our thoughts on those soon. So for our last piece of news before we get into the Andor topic, James Gunn, he's been very vocal on Twitter, slamming these leakers that say that they have knowledge of anything that's happening. I know Geekosity have put out there that Henry Cavill has signed a multi-picture deal, and he basically said there's no way that you would know that if you're lying or being misled. But obviously his rule, before his rule, Aquaman's still out there. Obviously leaks are going to come out of those. There's no way that he can control that. But he's saying that Cavill may or may not have been signed. I think that he's bluffing. I think maybe Cavill has had been signed. I just think that obviously they're putting him in the back seat because they don't know what they're going to do with him just yet. But I'm pretty sure they're going to lock him down on contract because I don't think he would have left The Witcher if he didn't have a contract. So the extent of how long his contract is, I wouldn't be sure. But one thing's for sure is that he got re-signed. I'm not doubting it. There's no doubt in my brain that he doesn't have a contract. But James Gunn coming out here, airing out Twitter, basically stopping all the leaks. And I know that I've said a couple of them on this pod a few pods ago, my theories and all that. But that's what I say. I like these leaks and all that because it kind of gives me a theory. It doesn't spoil anything for me because who knows what happens in those leaks if they actually come to life, and who knows if they actually happen the same way that these leaks happen. Um, but I like to bring them to the show just so we can theorize and play around with the idea, and whatever happens happens. But what do you think about James Gunn being vocal on Twitter and basically having this representation for the DC brand and addressing its fans?
I think it started like heavy hitting after the whole release the Air cut trending thing, because now that we know he's listening to fans and shit, he's taking to Twitter to be like, hey, like, this is false or this is true and whatnot, which is great because if you're the head of the company, if Kevin Feige did that, or directors in general that they hire, the MCU would be seeing a lot of like improvement, I think, fan wise, because they could really be like, they're listening. But I think with James Gunn doing it, it's smart because again, I don't believe anyone knows if they come out and Cavill only has 3 picture deal or whatever, then that's up to them. They'll revitalize it when they do or whatever, and then they'll move on from there. But like, it's smart that they're keeping it under wraps, and James Gunn is just here to be like, shut the fuck up. That's not true. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of like the accountability, and like I said, the representation is great for the DC brand because, kind of how I was telling you earlier too. The Rock has been vocal on Twitter and on the internet and all that stuff, and he's very vocal about Black Adam, but he hasn't really. James Gunn and him haven't really mixed, so it kind of seems like they're their own different paths. So I mean, there's maybe The Rock is thinking more of the old path, and James Gunn is trying to move into the new path. Maybe they're collaborating behind the scenes, but it just seems like everything's still up in the air. And like I said, it's good that we got him, clearing the air and saying like, no, don't believe everything that people are saying because we have yet to even tell anybody about this. You know what I mean?
I think they have met. Probably he wouldn't be promising like JSA and the shit he's been promising without at least consulting James Gunn. Either that or he has his own shit going on. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was telling you earlier too. It seems like it's weird that he hasn't even acknowledged that James Gunn is the new head of, people were giving James Gunn his flowers and Peter Safran, and he was the only one, and being as vocal he is on Twitter with Black Adam and all that stuff, why couldn't he put out congratulations, hope to be working well with you guys, and whatever, the buddy stuff, whether you guys like each other or not, who knows, but as long as you guys make it known to the public, like, hey, we're talking, it just seems like they're like he's on his own path trying to promote his movie and trying to promote the future of DC, but Peter and James don't even know where the future of DC is going just yet, and he's peddling all this as well. So I don't know. I'm just putting The Rock's name in there because I don't know if he's also trying to put him within that as well, because he's been saying about how the JSA is going to be in the future movies, Black Adam, blah, 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 but maybe James Gunn doesn't even know where Black Adam's going to fit within the bigger, DC universe, in his DC universe,
No, yeah, totally. But, like, I feel like they've talked. They've probably, hashed out what the fuck's going to happen. I mean, they can't. Black Adam, the movie, kind of, like, stands alone right now. Like, we don't know where exactly it is on this timeline or whatever. Mm-hmm. Whether it takes place after Justice League or before, whatever. But we still have a bunch more to come out next year to figure that out. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure they've talked. They just can't, expose all that right now because they're under contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hush hush type shit.
Yeah, especially right now where everybody wants to know what's happening in DC, and they're just trying to build that suspense. Don't tell nobody. Don't say nothing. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they're handling it pretty well. Like I said, James Gunn being vocal on Twitter. I mean, you haven't been the biggest fan of him, so that's why I kind of directed towards you a little bit. So hopefully you're getting some kind of satisfaction out of it. I'm kind of like, just give me more DC. So if they give me more DC, James Gunn, me and you are cool, bro. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't want to have to watch that fucking Christmas special. Don't make me watch that shit, man.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a review on it, man. I hope you know that.
Kevin Bacon.
I'm happy Kevin Bacon's in there. I like Kevin Bacon.
He's fine, I guess.
All right, y'all. With that, we're wrapping up the news portion of it, okay? So like I told you guys before, if you guys haven't seen Andor yet, if you not have seen the finale yet, go away. Go away. There's going to be spoilers here. If you guys want to, don't want it spoiled for you, go watch it. Save the video, go watch it, and come back. Let's have the conversation. Go ahead and comment whatever you guys want in the comments. Let us know how we're doing and, what you think of our conversation. With that, we're crossing the border to Andor. Spoilers ahead. And we're starting. So, episode 12, Rick's Road. The season finale for episode 1. For season one of Andor. We already got it confirmed that season 2 is happening. Kind of felt like this show wrapped up a lot of the loose ends that were happening within the season, but also untangled a couple more to see what's happening in the second season. Josh, I want to hear your thoughts first. What'd you think of the season finale?
I liked it. It was really good. A little short, but that's to be expected with like all their series finales or whatever, season finales.
Mm-hmm.
Disney and Star Wars have this weird habit of just cutting time for their endings. But this one wrapped up way better than any MCU show I think ever could. Like we got the conclusion where all the stories went and stuff, and then towards the end we understand that Cassian gets away regardless. You know what I mean? Like we figured he would. Obviously he's the hero, or maybe he could have been caught up again, but it makes sense that all their stories intertwine toward the end to finally wrap it up for the season. Really good episode though. Probably not my favorite. My favorite is still the either tie between the Sky one, episode 6, and the one where they escape the prison, episode 10. But this one was really good.
This one hit me with the emotional damage, bro. This whole show was crazy. Well, a good direction, well produced. Everything was great. This season finale, though, like Marva's speech, Marva, right? Is that her name? Marva, yeah, Marva's speech.
Yeah.
Like the way it's crazy that she was the one that inspired people to fight and inspired him to fight, and it shows that they were building to this all along. Like they showed their connection. He hated leaving her in the previous ones, and in this one, like it not only was he just trying to come and mourn the loss of his mother that he felt guilty for, but all the enemies coming through. We got the rebels trying to tie up loose ends. We got the what's his name, Cyro, the cop in the beginning, in the first few episodes, that were trying to find justice for his comrades. And then we got the ISB agent, what's her name, Dedra. She was just a menace. She's been a menace this whole season. She's a menace in this one as well. They don't care. Everybody's just trying to. She's actually trying to capture him alive. Other two groups are trying to finish him off for good.
Mm-hmm.
And even the Empire's telling her, like, no, just kill him and be done with it. And she wants him for questioning to bring down the bigger fish. And that's the kind of ambition that she has. She doesn't just want what's there on the plate. She wants the whole dinner table. So she's she's a force in this one. And honestly, at one point, I thought him and her were gonna kiss. When they got put in that room, I was like, and to be honest, they're crazy enough to work, bro. I wouldn't even, and just to see like a Bonnie and Clyde type situation with them, like Empire style, trying to capture whoever, trying to go up the ranks and all that, and just like if one day they have a tragic ending, or if they live happily ever after, who knows? But I would have enjoyed them together.
Yeah, I could see that. That would actually be really kind of funny. But yeah, no, this one wrapped up really well. Exciting to see season 2. Spoilers, we told you already, but that end credit scene. This one had the end credit scene.
Oh, and speaking of that, real quick before you get into your thought,
Okay.
is this the first post credit scene for any Star Wars content?
I think so.
This is like the first. So it was. If you guys are watching this episode, if you guys seen it already, but have not seen the post credit scene, go watch that post credit scene. It's good.
Yeah.
So spoilers on that one. If you guys feel like you've seen it in the entirety, if you guys have not seen that post credit scene, go watch it. Come back. Keep going.
We call it. We see now that what the prisoners previously were fixing and putting together were pieces for the goddamn Death Star. We see it almost finished, probably like maybe 95% finished before they install that fat ass laser. But like we see it coming together. I was a little confused. I was like, "What the fuck are they building? Like another like jail cell or something?" But no, it pans out. You see that's no moon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see the Death Star. You see it coming together. They were building pieces for that shit, and they had no idea.
In the prison, and I thought it was crazy too because and it's weird that you bring it up too. I thought it was being subtly hint throughout the whole season. When he said that, oh, why would you build a weapon that you're never gonna use? Stuff like that. When those parts, I felt they were for the army, but I didn't know that they were using it in that capacity.
Yeah.
So to see that the Death Star is being built and it fits perfectly. Canon wise, right?
Yeah.
In Revenge of the Sith, we see that it's a bare skeleton, barely getting built, and this one, it's damn near done right before Rogue One, where it's fully operational and they're putting that bitch to use.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, this one shows that the Empire is just using these people just to build their bigger picture and just to basically rule everybody, hold a gun to everybody's head and say, hey, you're gonna obey or you're gonna that's it.
Yeah.
We're gonna blow up your whole planet. You think we're going for your house? Nah, buddy. We're going for your community, for your country, for your state. We're going for the whole ozone layer. All right, don't play. So that the Empire is proving to be a force, and especially in the towards the end when they were just like they got fed up and they were like, they're not listening. We were showing them force and not listening. Open fire, starts blasting everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was getting shot. Empire is not to be trifled with.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
they're letting it be known now, and that was so heartbreaking. And yeah, man, what are your thoughts?
Man, it fucking, that scene was tough. I was like, fuck, bro. They really give no shits about anybody. They just lit them fuckers up, no questions asked. Like, and then they got what was coming to them. A lot of them were beaten and things like that. This totally. It was just a total fucking slaughter show because they lit up those townspeople. They probably weren't even expecting that shit. Ow, man.
Move, man. Fuck, dude. Ah, my leg.
Oh, you call it?
Fuck out of my way.
But, yeah, way to make me lose. It was just really good. It's crazy how the Empire and ISB have really been, like, really, really put to their extreme, and you get the real feel of, like, they were just running shit for the past 20 years.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, especially with the way season 2 is gonna go. Like I said, they've been they opened up a little bit of loose ends that are gonna carry over.
Yeah.
The ending, we gotta talk about it. He said, "Here's the gun. Shoot me. I don't care. I'm not worried about it." You think that Luthen is gonna recruit? We're recruiting him.
Well, he already did. I know he was coming back to kill him and stuff, but I mean, he obviously sees something in him. I'm pretty sure once, I'm assuming he'll tell him about the prison break and stuff. like he's gonna see that he has that drive, and he could be the man on the ground floor working, working the shit. Because I mean, he looks like a normal dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, he does look like kind of like that scum of the galaxy, but like that'll help him, get to what he needs information wise and stuff. Like scum trust other scum. You know what I mean?
Yup.
So like I'm sure he'll recruit him, and then Mon Mothra will be like, okay, and then in Rogue One he becomes this whole trusted ally to the rebellion and stuff when he meets Jin and stuff. So.
And he's still the same as he is now, and that's what I like about this season as well. Like you see his resilience, his restraint, his distrust in people still carry on throughout. Like, yeah, he wants to help, but you can tell he's doing it on his own terms.
Yeah,
this is how he works with it. I wanted to talk about too in this show in this whole season, no lightsaber fights. No characters from previous movies, no anything like that, no Easter eggs. I know that I was seeing a little bit of a not too much, kind of some talk within Twitter and everything saying that there was no Darth Vader when the Death Star came out, that there was no, connection. And you already have that idea when everybody's like, oh, we already know what was going to happen. It's predictable.
Yeah.
I personally liked that they didn't show Darth Vader. We know that he's alive out there kicking ass somewhere in the fucking universe. We know Ahsoka's out there. We know everybody's out there doing shit. I like how they kept it contained within Andor. And I like how they, regardless, without them, it was still fucking scary.
Yeah.
This episode had the emotion. It showed how ruthless the Empire can be. So I'm happy that they didn't need, in my opinion, this whole show did not need a Jedi for as a leg crutch. You know what I'm saying?
For real, like this is just such a good episode and show. Like it didn't it had combat and stuff, blasters and stuff, but that felt a lot more real to like war and stuff, like casualties of war. You know what I mean? People are gonna die in a war. Saw Gerrera knows it. Even Luthen knows it. Shit happens. And it goes to show that like even with the Jedi scattered and stuff, they can't be everywhere all at once, which is great. You know what I mean? Because Darth Vader's doing his thing, Inquisitor doing their things, Obi-Wan is hiding, whatever else. Like it's better that way, because you could be like, oh, well, where are they? But like, we know where they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know in Rebels, Ahsoka is probably dead or whatever, wherever she's at, or,
or in between time.
In between, whatever else. It's better that way, I think, because it leaves you more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, on the edge of your seat, I guess.
I feel like it helps not make the universe feel small.
Yeah, I guess
I feel like if you're running into Ahsoka every other show or something like that, you're kind of like, well, Ahsoka got a lot of time on her hands to be going all over the place and meeting all these people. You know what I mean? Like, what is she, like an influencer in space or something? Yeah. So, it's good that they self-contain it. And we know that they're kicking out there. We know that, like I said, Darth Vader's kicking ass. Fucking Obi-Wan's a hermit. You know what I mean? Like we got all this different context from different shows, so I really like that they kept it within itself.
Yeah.
In this one, with that, in my opinion, this episode, this finale, it had to summarize it had the emotion, it had the action, it had the closure that we needed throughout the seasons.
Yeah.
Payoffs, like I said, the little subtle hints that they were building. The Death Star was laid out within it. If you guys don't catch it the first time, rewatch it. It's definitely there.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, the season finale, man.
Yeah.
I got to give it a 10 out of 10. The performances were great. There was nothing wrong with this episode. The pacing was there. It just left you on the edge of your seat. And like I said before, whoever says that we know where this is going, where Andor is going to be, that I do not care. I still was on the edge of my seat this whole time. This was a thrill ride through and through.
Yeah.
Every episode, regardless if it was just a build-up, helped with this payoff at the end. And I got to give this episode a 10 out of 10. What do you think?
Same thing. 10 out of 10. It was really good. Even though I know it's not my favorite. I know it deserves the recognition because it is good. Like um it's man, I got no words. This is really good. Like I can't appreciate this episode more. It gave you action, it gave you feels, like you covered all of it. 10 out of 10, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So with that, if you guys seen the episode, what did you guys think? Did you like the episode? Did it give you guys a good season finale? Like I told you guys before, we are going to give you a whole review for the whole series in a different episode and basically rank it up where they stack up with the other Star Wars shows that came out this year. Yeah. So with that, if you guys liked it, hated it, give us some comments, give us that feedback. You can comment on YouTube where you guys are watching this video, or if you guys don't have time for YouTube videos and it's just a podcast,
Spotify and Apple Podcasts at FilmBros Podcast. Remember that our logo looks recognizable.
Yes, sir.
What do you call it? And again, if you want us to review anything, whatever, TikTok and Twitter, we're on there at FilmBros Podcast.
Go ahead and leave us comments. Let us know if you guys have any ideas that you guys want to see. We're here to bring it to y'all. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Film Bros Podcast, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.